Okay, so before I get into the video, I just want to give you a quick disclaimer. At times in this video, especially in the first couple of minutes, it's kind of me complaining about Harry Styles, saying the girls all have him in their stories. That's not really the theme of the video. The theme of the video is I want to talk about the dress and the buzz that it has created, so please stick with me past the first couple of minutes. That's not what I'm talking about here. Alright, can someone please explain to me what it is about this man that makes girls love him so fucking much and the rest of us just don't know what's up? Like, I mean, for real, I got nothing against this man. I mean, look at his face. Look at this face. It's a fucking perfect face. But damn, I would rather not have to deal with the millions of girls just putting on their stories like whatever the fuck he just spewed out onto the internet. It's insane. And I mean, also, people were like really ready to herald him as some sort of progressive icon after he wore the fucking dress. I mean, like, bro, I respect that. I do appreciate the message, and I'm definitely not saying that he should have worn it. But guys, he's really not the only one who's done that. Definitely not the first. I mean, look at this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and yeah, you get the point. But, I'm in no way here to criticize him for wearing the dress. I think it was a really courageous thing to do. I think it was a good thing to do. I think it's promoting a really positive message. And really, I'm just here to react to the buzz that this shit has created because it is hilarious. Also, side note, I honestly didn't know that he was the first male cover star for Vogue. That's cool, and I'm really starting to see why girls simp for him so hard. He's kind of hot. But here is the thing that I want to talk about. Basically, the whole Candace Owens thing, and also just the conservative backlash that Harry is facing overall. So if you're not aware, and you should be aware, I have respect for you if you're not aware. That means you live in a rock, and trolls for life, you know what I'm saying? But basically, it was like November 14th, so it was a good while ago, after the whole Vogue cover came out, whatever. Candace Owens tweets out something, and here's the tweet. I'll read it out for you. There is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men, at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children, is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men. And there's a lot to unpack here, a lot of bullshit going on, You love to see it, you hate to see it, you really hate to see it. But I guess the first thing I want to address is just the first sentence here. There is no society that can survive without strong men. Firstly, the strong men part. So this is kind of promoting the traditional idea, I guess, of a strong man, which is the guy who can man up, the guy who doesn't let his emotions show, who just toughs up and does it. Which, if you're looking at the current state of young men in this country, that hasn't been a very positive message, and has not been what we've been needing. There's a reason that teenage boys are at the highest risk for suicide and addiction and depression. It's not because they're being told that they should be feminine. No one's saying that. The reason is because they should be more masculine. Because they've always been told to man up. Boys don't cry. Boys are tougher than that. Just man up. That's what they've been told since they were a child. And it's just really harming them because they are sent. The world is so much more complicated than that now. There's so much more going on with social media and stuff like that and the internet. So they're trying to man up because that's what they've been told to do, and their dad just tells them to man up and whatever. But that's just not how it works anymore, and so they feel inadequate, and obviously that can lead to a lot of really horrible and tragic places. So the idea of that men should be more masculine, well, we've been telling our kids that, and it's not healthy. So you're saying that the feminization is the outright attack, when I think that the masculinization of our boys is actually more dangerous than the feminization of men. But I don't think that this is the feminization of men, and I don't think that a lot of people do. This is not the feminization of men. This is the removal of the box that has surrounded boys historically. No one is telling boys they have to wear a dress. Harry Styles is not getting on the cover of Vogue in a dress to tell boys, hey, wear a dress, it's better. Like, no. He's saying, and what a lot of people are saying, is that if you want to wear a dress, you can wear a dress. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to wear, whoever you want to be, you can be that. Just the traditional kind of ideas of identity in this society are being changed, and I think it's a really positive thing. We're no longer being shoved into a box and told that that's who we are. And I think that's just a really positive thing. I do have a quote from Harry Styles himself, the king, who basically shot back at Candace Owens with a picture on Instagram wearing a pretty feminine suit, eating a banana, saying, and the caption is "Bring back manly men." And I fucking love that. Harry Styles is actually king, but that's not the point. It was a interview with Variety. He said to not wear something because it's females' clothing, you shut out a whole world of great clothes. And I think what's exciting about right now is you can wear what you like. It doesn't have to be X or Y. These lines are becoming more and more blurred. And that's the point. The point isn't that boys should wear dresses. It's that boys now can wear dresses. That just saying that a kid or anyone can only wear this style, this cut of fabric, is just absurd. So Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro, came out and responded to Candace Owens' tweet, saying that this is perfectly obvious. Anyone who pretends that it is not a referendum on masculinity for men to don floofy dresses is treating you as a full-on idiot. Yeah, once again, a lot to unpack there. But what's wrong with men wanting to don floofy dresses? I remember when I was a child, maybe like 5 years old, I did ballet. I wore dresses all the time. I wore a leotard for ballet. I would say that I was the most masculine child. But are you saying that my mom, when I said I want to wear a leotard to ballet, should she have said no? I just don't think that that's healthy to tell your child, no, you cannot do this. You cannot. That's not. You're a boy. You don't do that. It didn't affect. It was never a negative effect on my childhood. I turned out mostly okay. I am turning out mostly okay, at least. And I think that having the experience of being able to, I wore a lot of dresses as a kid, and I know that, hey, maybe I don't love wearing dresses. I would rather just wear normal clothes, quote unquote normal. And that's just what I want to do. And yeah, I learned that. And maybe I had stuck with dresses and said, okay, I really like these clothes. I feel right in these clothes. Then, well, there you go. Wear your fucking dress. There's no harm in that. And no one can tell you otherwise. No one can tell you can't do that. So, that's kind of my thoughts on that matter. Also, here's another thing. This is not a new thing. Look at, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but if you look at, David Bowie, Elton John, Prince, like Freddie Mercury, Elvis, like male artists kind of dressing and kind of almost behaving more feminine, or at least not masculine, not conventionally masculine, it's not a new thing. Just because someone is now wearing a dress and it's more explicit, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're trying to make guys feminine. Like this has happened for a while. The box is being chipped away. It has been chipped away at for a while, for years. I'm sorry, Ben Shapiro. I'm sorry, Candace Owens, but this is not a new thing. This is not just this fad that you can say this is wrong, let's fight against it. No, this has been happening, and this is still happening. The box is being chipped away, and I think that's a very healthy thing, and I don't see why Harry Styles wearing a dress on the cover of Vogue, and also he's dressing more feminine, kind of all over the place. It wasn't just the Vogue cover. That's why I think it's a really healthy thing. For this generation has already been moving in that direction, more freedom of identity and gender, and sexuality, and I think that this is just another positive, mo- another positive thing to keep moving in that right direction. So I wanted to share my opinion. I think that this is a really cool thing that's happening. I really like what's going on. I think that we should all be for freedom of identity, freedom of wearing whatever the hell you want to wear. But once again, I'm a high school student. I'm 14 years old. My opinion doesn't matter, but that's just my 2 cents. Thank you, and you are welcome.